I am just getting all set up. I almost went to Facebook for this when I need to go to Twitch. Gastro Pasco is live streaming. Woo! Ooh, I got 101 followers. Awesome! I'm so excited about all you. I'm so excited about all you. Alright, I'm so excited about all you. I got that done. It's off of subs and emojis. Getting set up. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. So promo. Come here. Gonna go threads. I'm thinking about getting Blue Sky. I've heard a lot of positive things about Blue Sky, guys. Okay, this is Pathfinder. Wrath of the Righteous. My voice is slowly going out, so I'm sorry, guys. 'Tis the season. Alright. Here we go. Come on, switch. Paste. Paste. There we go. And off we go. Alright, and come back to my lovely Twitch. Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We just got done with clearing out the Grey Garrison, and now we are in an encampment. I don't know anything about the encampment, but I'm gonna find out about all of it. I'm gonna take a sip of water because, oh my gosh, I got my tea here too. I got some fresh hot tea. So, and if you're wondering what type of tea, it's raspberry tea. I'm out of my raspberry pomegranate tea. Tunes in for Bean Sass. Hi, Spud. My voice is kind of going today, so I'm sorry. It might squeak. I might do a high pitched. It's like hitting puberty all over again. Storyteller. Haha. Being okay. Yeah, I'm okay. It's just my voice. The old elf smiles when he hears your footsteps. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory and on acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons. Please examine the items I'm carrying. Perhaps one of them could tell us a story. Take a look at the page I found from the Grey Garrison. The storyteller carefully takes the page from his hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters, gently examining them, lightly following their lines. I see. Myself, young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, I have found the key to my past. Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. I just put in the handle pins for your sword. Oh, you did? Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to hold it and like kind of swish it around and go like swish, swish with it. For those that don't know, Spud has been making me a sword for a while, and I think it's the sweetest thing ever. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face softens. Thank you, Zana Kindbonk. Zana, however you want to pronounce it. And please follow me to my story. Let's embark on the journey together. The storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story. They are leaving. The people of Pt.9 faced the coming of Earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers, all of them hurried to the gate of Sovereign. I'm just going to say Sovereign. Looking around fearfully, a clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decide not to fight the Golarian. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover. In case you change your mind, with a heavy sigh he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watched the gate of Sorian stone close, separating me from them. I didn't hear what you said about the sword as started playing. I find it really sweet and kind that you are making me a sword, and I cannot wait to hold it to, like, be a little dumbass and swish it around and go whoosh, whoosh, whee, whee. Yes, I will also make those sound effects too when holding it. Why? Because my childish side will come out. But, okay, to be honest, yes, swish, yes. To be honest, any of those that hold weapons, please be responsible and please take in account of safety. Don't be a dumbass. Alright. It's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. There are his notes about traveling between worlds in case you change your mind. He hopes the burdens I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Zorion. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? Your mentor is a mage, then you must be too, yes? What is a Sorian stone? What are you angry at? Why are you angry at your fellow elves? What happened next? Why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? Mickey mowed at you. Aw, hi Mickey, you sweet orange boy. I love you. You're so adorable. Also, if any of you are in my Discord, please send me pictures of your animals. I will love each and every single one of them. The storyteller's lips purse with disdain. They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives and sunshine too much to enter the fight with the aftermath of the Earthfall. Chirp. I love his little chirps. They're so cute. Your mentor is a mage. Why are you angry at your fellow elves? I spent many hundred of years in Kinoan. I have always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home. But the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Golorian. All its places, all its forms it manifests in. I traveled widely, and then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels. They weren't interested. They only cared about Kinoan. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. Okay. Your mentor is a mage, then you must be too, yes? Yes, I am an archmage, and that title is well deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic, but curiosity has always pushed me towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is Sorian stone? A magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an ancient divine creator, our great gate to other worlds. It breathes power, it dreams of eternity. What happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at top of my tower many miles to the north of Kinoan, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear horrendous rumble and the air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock crushing down on my world, and then a blow, a vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golorian and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels, filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timelessness, along with countless denizens of Golorian. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come around, the darkness remains my first terrible thought. I'm blind, but no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I'm alive, but why is it so dark? The answer is quick, the smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to a dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear, treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earth fall, proudly, like the last Archmage of Kinoan should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I am alive, and I can fight Earthfall in the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and a cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. Yes, Grandma?
Just order the bread.
Oh, I put her on the table. Oh, she's right there. On the bed.
Oh. So you made yourself at home.
I just hope she doesn't try to climb up in the window like last time. I got Frisk in here, guys. The spooky floof kitty. What is Earthfall? What was the tower you mentioned? What are you going to do next? What is Earthfall? A disaster of untold proportions, an unborn planet dropped on Galorian by blind fate or someone's evil will. Frisk. Yes, Frisk. By someone's evil will. Frisk. How dare Frisk? Frisk is amazing. She's just so loud. Her volume of talking is screaming. That is her volume. I love it. It will startle the crap out of you at night, though. In the dark. A blow so strong that the continent of Azolant is destroyed within moments, turned to ashes, wiped off the face of Galorian. In the burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our star, the air cools and the soil is barren. Dark creatures crawl out of the layers to rule. And the most frightening thing, without the sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the age of darkness. Oh, thank you for the hydration. Ooh, it burnt. What was the tower you mentioned? It's my retreat to the north of Kinoan, my home away from home, my observatory. From its top I watched the stars, and when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. On clear days I could see the mist over the lake of mists and veils in the east. That's how high I was. What are you going to do next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life. It kills an era, ending the greatness of Galorian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. Velv suddenly winces and silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me, I shouldn't have raised my voice. The story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It's so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and I will find out how my story ended and perhaps even why I forgot it. Tell me about Earthfall. Ooh, in pursuit of the past, the storyteller seeks pages covered in ancient elven script. Okay. Never mind my reading. I'm gonna take a sip of just. Okay. Glug. Yes, glug it. Glug, 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 glug. They are leaving the people of Kinoan faced the coming Earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Am I just rereading this again? Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, Wise mages and skilled healers, all of them hurried to the gate of Sovrian, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galorian. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their recklessness? My choice made them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. Oh, I just reread that. Okay. What happens next? This is just rereading it. I'm going to, kinda... There we go. Thank you for your stories. There we go. Thank you for helping me remember them. I want to discuss your past with you. Have you decided to join the crusade? I want to discuss. The storyteller's face grows gloomy. He thumbs through the pieces of paper that hold his hidden past. My lost memories. These pages paved the road to them. What story are you interested in? Oh no. That's it. Have you decided to join the crusade? I've decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the crusade led me in the same direction, but alas, they are not yet one in the same. After the demons were driven away from Canabras, the path to the world room became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit. They'll fall silent. It doesn't matter now. I'd hate to bore you with the details of my adventures, which may prove useless, even to myself. However, I will try to return to the Crusades and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next. I have to go. I wish you interesting adventures. I hope we meet Skari and Baphomet soon. I have numerous questions for them. That's a death sentence, Crusade Wizard. It's frightening to leave Canalris, but attacking is the best way to defend it. Oh yeah, you're following me. Terranbade's tent. I'm going to investigate everything. Ooh, loot. The massive bed is clean and neatly made. Only commanding officers are allowed such luxury during marches. Oh, how nice of them. Okay, I'm going to continue Commander's tent. Don't mind me. Happy to help the cause, Commander. My respects, Commander. I hope you will be able to spare me some time after all the formalities. So, Seal, it's good to meet you, Commander. Oh, I'm Commander. I hope I find someone to sell this stuff to. Oh, hey, this is my stuff. Commander Bean. I know, I'm Commander Bean. You have found a new recipe, seasoned wings and thighs. Ooh, yummy. That made my mouth water. I know what I forgot to bring, but it's fine. You have found a new recipe. To learn it, select it in your inventory, open the context menu, and choose copy recipe. Options different. Recipes require different ingredients, and cooked dishes grant unique bonuses. Okay, let's just go inventory. Is this a recipe? Sermon extract? No. Oh, I want to go recipe. Copy recipe. There we go. I don't want to put that on my head. My ego might inflate. Okay, so Commander's tent is my tent. Yes. Maybe I don't have to buy health potions this time. Chapel tent. Ooh, there's a chapel tent. Altar of Torog, the father of creation and the dwarven god of craft and kin. Nice. Altar of Rastil, old Deadeye, the god of hunting, farming, and the quiet pastoral life. Altar of Imadea, the light of the sword, the goddess of justice and valor, and patron of the Crusades. This place has been sanctified. It's protected the area around it from corruption of the light of the abyss. Corruption of the abyss. Altar of Desna, the great dreamer, the goddess of freedom, travel, luck, and dreams. Altar of, oh my god, Seren the healing light, the goddess of the sun, healing, and redemption. Alright. It's so easy for them to just come together like that. I like that. That's peaceful. That's humble. And I'm gonna take this. Everyone's so happy for the commander. And here I'm like, ooh, loot. It's an honor. Eagle Watch Crusader, the beginning of a long road. Find the location of recruits. All I'm doing is looking for loot and looking around. A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing and joyful and passing around a flask. So picture this, my sword is by the fire, there's 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes, wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go in the bushes without my sword. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, so they went all wild and started running around. I spot my sword and they spot me, so I jump over the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt, and I grab my sword and I yell in my biggest tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword shining. The goblins are screaming. I jump to attack them. They fight back, but I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. That's some story. Hey, stop gulping. Leave some for us. We've only just set off and you're already drinking, and with the queen in the camp, stop at once. The knights quickly snap to attention. Saleya raises the flask and says loudly, "Right you are, Commander Tireblade. We are but drinking to the queen's health." Lawful Saleya shows some discipline. Chaotic takes Saleya's flask. "Give me a sip too, to her majesty's health." Yes! Rubs her forehead. The mom of the group. She rubs her forehead with the palm of her hand. "Commander, are you sure this is the right way to train your soldiers? Never mind, it's your business." I love this. Gotta enjoy it while the getting's going or something. Oh my gosh, is that a giant? Oh my god, he's tall. Oh, Grandma Gretlin, the director, well-dressed old dwarf and lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Canavras back when you weren't the commander yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We've signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up with the theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't want to stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decidedly against using a ritual to summon real demons. Why would you use a real ritual to summon demons? We just went over that in Canabras. That's not a good idea. Luckily, we have Master Kim. He's invented a way to solve the problem using sound. We caught a pig for some piglets who ran away from a burnt-out village. The glum of the husk half-horse mumbles softly. We put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and the sound they make is just like approaching demon horde. But most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had to write Barney over it, breaking the number of lances as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us? We have two candidates. One's the most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. This angry half-orc lady is going to play me. Cyclops actor? Um, uh, this angry half-orc lady is going to play me? Oh, look, you mean Micah Blush. Oh, God, she just loves gnomes and halflings. She always regrets she wasn't born little. Why not allow the actress to live out her dream, at least on the stage, of course? Mean tongues might whisper that she only got the lead role because she's our Soundmaster's betrothed, but that is a lie. It's about the dream and the talent. Don't you have any other actors who even vaguely resemble me? He's completely tame, believe me. Has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, and brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short, heroic exclamations at a fateful moment, like "onward" or "we'll never give up" or "my heart burns with courage." Lamkin can definitely handle the script. Oh my lord. Don't you have any other actors who resemble me? I don't need a theater like this. What if I order the soldiers to throw you out? Oh my gosh. Alright, I made my decision. The entire crew looks at you holding their breath. You're the director, it's your choice. I will be played by Limkin the Cyclops. I will be played by Micah the Half-Orc. Let's just do the Half-Orc. Wonderful. Sorry we took you away from important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots and we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass the old grandma now. Okay. I just did a thing. Oh, man. Hey, Xanakine Bonk. I was trying to say the Knight Commander commands the knights really fast, and I almost twisted my tongue. I get saluted, guys. Oh. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Darren flashes you a self-satisfied smile. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end very soon, and you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst snoring soldiers, and rudely awoken by freezing cold, and have to look upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me, too. Oh my god. I just rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. He pauses and suddenly adds in a more serious voice, You know, I'm genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland on a whim, you see. But you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together, but of course, he grimaces. Not under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take the entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. I'll be blunt, you don't intrigue me, not in the way you obviously had in mind, but you are a valuable companion. You could have stayed in my party. You know, I would have liked if you stayed. You intrigued me too. If you feel you don't belong here, go. But I'd like to see you again someday in the future to get to know you better. You can throw a banquet for me and celebrate our victory in Dresden. What do you say? Get lost and I won't miss you. I'm gonna miss him. His eyes light up a little, obviously pleased by your attention, yet his answer is typical mocking tone. Alas, life is full of disappointments. I must reject your offer. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it is I who is staying and someone else is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on the most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. He smirks before instantly losing all interest in you, or at least he pretends to. Horse. 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 There's horsies! I cannot believe I just said horsies on live. Oh boy. Is that a tiny guy? That's a tiny guy. Loot. Spread the plague. No! We are not spreading the plague! Ember! I've seen so many happy faces today. It's so good. Hun, you really need shoes. You really need a coat and actual clothes instead of that. Child, baby, hun. Meanie, I am not spreading the plague. What? Someone's tent. I'm in someone's tent. This is Nara Denwire's tent, and it seems she brought a lot of unnecessary items along with her. Well, let me just help her take some things off her hands. Well then, if that's what you think. I stomp my foot and look at you all angry-like, and I look like an angry kitten when I'm upset. Terrorblade's tent. Ooh, loot. Have I gone in a circle? That tent needs proper sealment. And a base. So fierce. You need a good 3 inches off the ground. With, planks and stuff so that you don't get sick so easily. If I remember right. Oh, good day. Do you remember me? I'm Jernog. We spoke in the Defender's Heart, so you're the commander of the Crusade now. Ross still knows it's hard to imagine someone worthier of taking up the post than the savior of Canabras. May the good gods help you prevail. Who are you? What are you doing in Defender's Heart? Have you joined the Crusades? Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task, and I'm needed in the Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet which, due to some oversight, has been left without a priest these many years. I'm about to set sail for there. I'll be making my journey along Old Man Sullen. Alright. Well, I hope you have a good journey. May Arrestal watch over you. Argus Gorm. The burly soldier with an impressive beard greets you with a broad smile. Wilker Garms, the camp quartermaster at your service. How may I help you? Show me what you got. Tell me about yourself. What are your duties in camp? What do the soldiers think of the new commander? What are your duties in camp? A little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father. So what does this make a quartermaster like myself? Something like their mom. That's what. I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from the battle in one piece. He starts ticking off his fingers. That means food, firewood, medicine, tents, mended clothes, fixed weapons. The horses have got to be fed and watered, and the camp's got to be fortified by the evening and broken up by the morning. I make sure the wages are paid on time and that the wagon wheels don't squeak. And then there are reports. Gods, until you asked, I never realized how many duties I actually had. Tell me about yourself. He looks away sheepishly. There isn't much to tell, really. I was born in Canavras in a humble family. I got an education, taught myself to read and write, got drafted into the army, spent 3 years as a shield bearer in the first line. Left after I did my time and joined the Stonemasons Guild, then moved on to the shipwrights and rose to crew chief, sailed the Ibarra twice and returned with goods. Made some money, built a house, and I haven't started a family yet. I think I will after we are done with this war. But a few years ago, something started gnawing at me. I got this feeling like I needed to go home, and there was a storm headed in my native city, and then there was trouble in Mindov. There was only one thing to do. You got to go to the recruiter and sign up for the army, and so I did. At first, they wanted to make me infantry sergeant, but then they decided I'd be a better fit in the supply department. I can take care of an army property, and I'm pretty handy around the warehouse. Yes, it's a warehouse now. It's a warehouse, not to mention I know how to manage a band of helpers, and so that's how I became a quartermaster. He gives you a shy smile and shrugs as if this were a wholly unremarkable story, typical of any crusader. He is adorable. What do the soldiers think of the new commander? They mostly tell tales about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person, too. Soldiers are always like that. If Medea herself descended from the heaven, you bet they'd jabber on about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in armor. What person doesn't think women and men and everyone in between looks good in armor? Because, dude, if society let us dress the way we want, and we honestly could dress the way we want. It's just the judgment. That's what stops people a lot of times. Be yourself. Do what you want to do. And do it with utmost care and respect to yourself. So just the way you want. I dress in PJs a lot. Word is you're a skilled fighter, much faster and dangerous than a knight in full armor, that you rush around the battlefield like wind and no demon can outrun you. Puts armor on. I think you would look good in suits and armor, honestly, Spud. Dude, I could fire you all day long. Anyway, no demon can outrun you. That before someone can even finish blinking, like Mander will be standing beside them, even though she was nowhere to be seen a second before. I should say that I came up with the last one myself, and I did my best to drop it into conversation whenever I could. Teaches the rank and file not to let their guard down if they know their superior could pop up behind them any moment. Show me what you got. Nice. Okay. We are dumping. Oh, did everyone leave their weapons with me? We are getting rid of a lot of this stuff. What are you? Finished letter. There we go. Eight spoons. Nice. Okay. Alright. There we go. Double Jeopardy. Ooh, what are you? 3 to 12. Enhanced. +2 damage when equipped, critical hit, melee, proficient. Okay.
I'm here all week.
Awesome. Is there anything else? Okay, I've been in a circle. What are you? Ooh, I ain't going to the field medic yet. Is there stuff to take? Yes, there is. We are but the few of the gods with us, and prayers of good people around the world are with us. Beautiful day, isn't it? Yes, it is. Is there anything back here? No. Ooh. Dearly. Oh, here we go. Vasily Rasmus. Stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard greets you with a deep bow. Well met, Commander. You caused quite the stir. Everyone thought Canabras was done for, but the gods had other plans. That was quite a blaze over the great garrison, all the vermin running out with their tails between their legs. How'd you end up in the battlefield? Who is the boy with you? What kind of help can I expect from you? Who are you? Vasily Rasmus, former rector of the Canabras Temple of Abdar, and now your humble servant. In times like this, one cannot serve the god of cities while sitting comfortably behind the city wall. You pursue a sacred cause, and I will help you in any way I can. I await your orders, Commander. Lead us onward to Dresden. Hi, Bubba. You want to come back here with us? Oh, he thinks he will. Hi, sweet boy. Come lay down. Oh, you want butt scratches? He's like, no, woman. Okay. How'd you end up on the battlefield? Everyone here has a story like that, but mine is a rather boring one. Believe it or not, I was that word. I'm not gonna even try because I know how to say it up in my head. I just cannot say it out loud. Every time I've tried to say that word, it always comes out wrong. I get a little tongue-tied with words, guys. When the old rector of the Canabras Temple died, may Abdar rest his soul, the church required a replacement. I volunteered and served for 30 years without incident. I prayed, organized festivals and funerals, brought candles, sanctified water, boring, mundane things that make up the daily routine of civilized society. But then civilized society failed, and it was time for me to go to war. Praise Abdar, who led me through the ruins to the defender's heart. Who's the boy with you? This one, Cato, the shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy, and his faith is strong. He serves Arastil, though. But there's still something he can learn from the old servant of Abdar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. You got Bubba? I just gotta watch him because he's really stiff. So, for those that don't know, Bubba's gonna be turning 11 on the 16th in December. And he is, I call him baby boy. He will always be baby boy to me. And my Bubba, my brother, my little brother. But he's an old man and he's got arthritis in his bones and he's just a little unsteady and unstable with walking. 'Tis that of age. So just make sure that he's good. What kind of help can I expect from you? First, if you need a scroll with divine spell, I have a lot of them, something for every emergency. Second, while you're at the camp, I can read any scroll for you, guaranteed no surprises. And you'd better not leave the camp without a cleric. I won't be going with you, so you'll need someone else who can read scrolls. I have to go. And go and may Abdar protect you. What did I get from this tent? I didn't really see what I looted. Potion of feather stuff. That's nice. I got a bunch of weapons. Hmm. Oh, my bow go? Where'd Finnan go? I want to polymorph you into... And Bubba left me. Okay, I want you. Polymorph. Equipped. Okay.
Meh.
There we go. What are you? Why can I not? Club Jessica. Where's the Club Jessica then? Okay. That lady. You know what? No, I'm gonna have a dagger.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Chapel tent. Which way was I supposed to go? Journal. Did that. Haven't done that. Banner over the citadel, the beginning of the long road. Her best scabbard in pursuit of the pass.
Here we go again.
I need to talk to you. So, was I supposed to come to the commander's tent? Oh, hi, baby. I'm gonna take a sip and give treats. I wish I could if we had some right now. Oh, what did you send me? I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go journal. Let's go at the most pressing to the least pressing. Opening, Crusade Quest. Layman believes that the military commander's success is built on their intellect, insight, and personal courage. However, all these qualities are useless if the leader lacks one that matters most: unshakable authority among the rank and file, ensuring that they follow orders quickly and without question. The commander assumes control of the Crusade army only recently, and she will have to quickly master the art of managing a military host. The commander's early success or failures in her new post will determine whether the soldiers trust her leadership or lose faith in her. A band of cultists who participated in the attack of Canabras is retreating in the direction of Dresden. The first task of the commander's army is to capture and eliminate them so that they cannot warn the demons. According to the chronicles, one of the Crusade's relics was lost in the lands of the commander's army and is about to pass through. The power of this artifact would be useful in the march of Dresden. Perhaps it would be wise to spend some time carefully exploring the right bank of the West Selen. Okay. More than nothing, nameless ruins, yes. The League of the Inspiring Carts. The beginning of the long road. The fight of Canabras is over. The heroes receive the honors she deserves. Now she is the Crusaders' Knight Commander. Queen Gallifrey of Mendev personally placed the army under her command, and together they conducted the troop review. Only a few steps remain to prepare for the long road of the unknown goal. Excuse me. The fight for Canabras marks the beginning of the Fifth Crusade. The next object is Dresden. One of the capitals of the Crusader moments is now a demon citadel. Who will win? Is it an equation with an infinite number of unknowns? The finest military minds failed to bring an end to this war, but a new leader now stands in command. one different from all the others, and perhaps this new variable will produce the different results. The army sets off from Canaveras to Dresden. Between the two cities there is miles and miles of lands maimed by the claws of the abyss. How many of those who set out will reach their destination alive? Will anyone join them along the way? Time is a luxury they do not have, and the chances that the whole situation will change unpredictably increase with each passing day. Okay. Wait for the liberation of Canaveras. Consumed by the war against the demons, the Crusaders can sometimes forget that life on the outside the crusade. Take Jernog, for instance, a young cleric of Arustil who was merely passing through Canaveras, but who was unavoidably detained when Discari's scythe came down on the city. Okay. Outcast. Wait for Callista's scheme to be revealed. Okay.
I feel like the chosen one.
Ah. Okay.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Okay.
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Road. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Bainik. One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, her trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
When we met at the Defender's Heart, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the Crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden. Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Warstone? You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Canaveras. In a vision, I saw the death of an angel called Luriel. Somehow, he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the lights of heaven. And what are you going to do? The task is clear. Did you know that that the souls of the angels from heaven are combined in the Wardstone.
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Canopus, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the wardstone in Canopus, and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a knight commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Okay. Gonna tell her about the vision.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Alright, I have some questions about my
Of
mission.
course. I shall answer.
How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden? What forces are at my disposal? It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different? What about the long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever? How did the demons manage to conquer
That's a
Dresden?
good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Staunton Vane, I saw him in the Great Garrison. He defected to the demon side.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
It was a tough choice, I understand. You punished him with a life of disgrace and humiliation, and that life finally broke him. It's sad, but not surprising. You should have exiled him, let him go wherever he wanted. That way he would have either changed his life for the better or realized he had no one to blame but himself. You shouldn't have stayed the hand of justice. If he died, he wouldn't be betraying you again now. I can't believe no one decided to punish him unofficially. The past is a past. What matters now is that he's fighting for the other side. I expect we'll meet him in Dresden. You should have exiled him.
Perhaps exile would have been a more merciful sentence than decades of service among those who despised him. I was hoping he might atone for his guilt with a heroic act, but he likely decided that atonement was impossible, and he might as well give himself over to evil.
It's been decades. What managed to retake the city? Why do you think we're
We
different?
have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
Split the plague? No, that's not very woo of you. What about long-term goals? What do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold. The very threshold of the abyss.
I have no more questions.
Wonderful.
And what are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Neurosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
No. Good requires the Angel Mythic Path. My queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the crusade, and the blessing of Amedea that you carry may be decisive in this battle. Lawful requires a specific mythic path required. Oh, I get barred from that? Alright.
A polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign?
Mythic choices. I got a trophy earned. Which is this, I hear, a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign.
I
Yes.
don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Oh, wow.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, she has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
That's a great idea. Lawful, a rather frivolous gesture for a queen. Chaotic, what a wonderful gesture, your majesty. I imagine our dear count would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him a chance to serve the common cause. I have no need for this advisor. Do I want to be chaotic? Do I want to be... Oh my god, I want to be chaotic.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
Oh my god. I love Darian. I love him. I love him so much. Just, oh!
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill her orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Then let's get going. May Iyomade help us.
So I get to keep him! Yes, I get to keep him! Frick yeah! Yes! Aniva? So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard that the rumors, of course, that's kind of my job, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Imadea came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still, orders say it was just an explosion at an alchemist lab. And I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you're kind of stronger, more charismatic, more stately, smarter, more dangerous. Yeah, exactly. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct. Oh, hi, Bubba. Hi, sweet boy. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not us. Or to yourself. Alright, you watch yourself now. Commander's chest. I gotta re-equip people, I feel like that. Okay, where do I go? Oh, wow! It's the tall guy! Happy to be of service, and may Shaylin brighten and vivify your day. Erebeth, what is this thing doing in our camp? I want you to cast illusion on my gear. Erebeth, what is this thing doing in our camp? It's under my supervision. Since the day we were blessed with the shiny chatterbox, may Shaylin brighten and vivify its day. There has been 16 attempted thefts, 2 by those I had entrusted with protecting it. Oh, no. You think we should have left it in the ravaged city so some smart aleck could chop it up? No, it's now property of the Crusade, which means I'm gonna to stand guard over it, even if I have to keep this beautiful oaf in the command tent. Happy to be of service! Oh my gosh, leave. Happy to be of service. May Shaylin brighten your vivify your day. I wonder if I could do this in customer service day voice. Happy to be of service, and may Shaylin brighten vivify your day. Oh my god, put my head in a blender. Okay, ooh, looped. Okay, I'm supposed to go find Hawkblade. Horsey!
Is that a
Horsey!
trap?
Ooh. Horsey! Hawkblade. 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 Oh, area exit. Recruit. Hawkblade. The traveling party. Recruits. 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 What about you? Darren. There you are. So, how do you like your new role, advisor? Did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hope that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Imadea, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on the many acts of sacrilege against her. Oh, don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her, the obscene engraving, the truth about the test of the Starstone is the tamest one by far. So how do you like your new role, advisor? He winces. You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it, me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing a face, an idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maws. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now with the loveliest, strongest, and pitax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Quinoan wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all this. He lets out a sigh. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me, and I suppose some of my misdeeds could have considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door and plot my revenge. He gives you an innocent smile. I adore him. Social.
I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you and how could you possibly be used to my army? What are you painting? I want to discuss something. You want to discuss something with me right now. It was nice meeting you. Now I have to go. What are you painting? The cleric eyes linger mournfully at the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird and the symbol of Shaylin. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help and then they saved my life, Commander. If the prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
I'm sorry for your loss. They fulfilled their duty honorably. This is why you have to treasure every moment you spend with the ones you love. Today you're together, but who knows what tomorrow may bring. So that's actually something that my family lives by. You treasure every moment that you have together because you don't know when that moment will be gone. I believe in Ouroboros, the cycle of life, where it never ends. It's just a transformation of different energy into a new life. And I could go into it, but I don't want to because I know everyone has their different faith and beliefs, and I don't like to put a lot of that in my hi Bubba into my live streams. But yeah, there's that. And my family never says goodbye. We always say later because goodbye is final, and we don't like final goodbyes until we have to say that. I'm starting to tear up. Anyway, evil. I hope you'll last longer than your brethren when the real battle begins. Oh my god, that's evil. But we're gonna do chaotic.
Right. I took their company for granted and never even imagined that they might just disappear in the blink of an eye. So many words left unspoken. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
You have such a golden heart. Who are you, and how could you possibly be of use to my army?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the
Oh,
Eternal
oh,
Rose, and the
one second,
goddess of
guys.
beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual
No,
war
we don't go in
just
there.
consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything
No.
evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to go take a cat out of my room. Oh, here she comes again. Frisk. One second, guys. I got a naughty cat. Scarlet, out. Come on, here. No. Scarlet, stay up here. No. I had to close my door, guys. So there's gonna be no more entries for the kiddos right now. A naughty cat indeed.
I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others. I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
You wanted to discuss something with me right now?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabras behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
Oh, that's an honor. I would be honored to do that.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
I'm gonna say this. War, there is no winner with war. Yes, a country can declare themselves a winner, but it's honestly a loss on both sides because there's death. Death takes all in war. So the small things that you can do is the most memorable things people will remember you by in war.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
All right. I need to find Hawkblade. Ooh, loot. I will take that. Commander! A tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Oh, you got, like, yellow eye. You got little cat eyes. Awesome. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I am Litor Hawkblade, Inquisitor of the Church of Immadea, the bringer of light, and I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions. Young Count Darren Arnday. Oh god, what brings you here? Tell me more about yourself, Inquisitor. I want to know who I'm dealing with. I am Ulfin by birth, but I have lived in Mendef for most of my life, dedicating myself to the service of the Inheritor. My warrior brethren mostly worship Gorum, but I've never been eager to fight for the sake of battle alone. I was a good fighter in my early youth, and I could easily be most of my peers, but I didn't enjoy showing off my skills. Victor is bland on its own. Purpose adds flavor to war. I can't say that I've always been faithful sword of Immadea. Back in my mercenary days, fate brought me to the borders of Mindef, where I spent quite a long time among the Crusaders, fighting shoulder to shoulder with the righteous commander in arms, and watching demons commit their atrocities. Eventually led me to something I had been seeking my whole life, purpose and faith. That is how I found my calling, even though it may be hard at times. I've never regretted my decision. What brings you here? I ask you to assist in the Church of Immadea in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps I'll explain why I am calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in thoughts for a moment. I suppose that you have already heard of Count Arnday's story. I refer to the tragedy of Heaven's Edge estate. Tell me what happened at Heaven's Edge. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Tell me what happened. I want to hear it from his point of view. So I can hear this time and time again, but if you hear it from other people's perspectives, it adds another layer, like an onion, to the story. Each layer adds to the point. About 10 years ago, several powerful demons managed to penetrate the Wardstone barrier and commit mass murder of all the guests who attended the feast and celebration of young Darren's birthday. An unknown magical disease they had brought wiped out the whole estate in less than a day. That was not a unique case in itself. The demons had attempted such raids on Mendevian lands before, but they have never dared target such a well-protected place. The Arndays family was exponentially rich, and the estate was protected by elite bodyguards. There were several strong and righteous paladins among the guests. Moreover, the reversed Nestrin, Darian's tutor, was one of the most powerful priests of Immadea in the vicinity. All of them died, nonetheless, except for the young count, who had suddenly manifested his outstanding sacred healing powers. Was that a divine miracle or a curse? That remains to be seen. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt that the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the world wound, and yet on that day it turned into a labyrinth house of horrors like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I want to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead, with their heads cut off when we got into this state. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who are said to be immune to any diseases? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defense, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness in those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take... Oh my gosh. I closed that door because of Frisk.
Okay. There's
Yes.
something you two want to tell me?
We got kids between each other. We got Scarlet Houdini Skittles, and he's got Mickey. There you go. You're a grandfather. You know it's that magical telepath, electronic style, stiffened wand. I'm on live, so I cannot say it.
Is he on there with you?
Yeah.
I wish I could send this to him and ask him if there's something he
Sure.
wants to tell me.
I can send it to him. Oh, I don't want to do that. You're not friends with him on there.
Talk about blowing up cobwebs.
Dad! There you go. You can message him. I sent it to him. Now you gotta take Scarlet with you, though.
Come on, Scarlet.
Go, baby. Go.
Come on, baby girl.
Come on. I don't want you stuck in here. Come on.
Come on,
Mama
baby
loves you. I love you, baby. Go.
girl. Come on. He was sitting at the door whining.
Well, I don't want Frisk in here. We'll hydrate. Hi, Dad. How are you, Dale? He messaged you. He messaged you. And oh boy. It said, what was it? Those who are expecting to be dads in 2025, and your name happened to be on the list. And my dad's like, do you got something to tell me? I'm like, it's that magical electronic stiffened wand there. Like, oh my god, my dad. Why, Dad? Why? Best way to embarrass me on live. Like, why, Dad? You gotta love parents who embarrass you, because that will be the moments that you remember the most. Okay. Let me try to read this. You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near that very site of that tragedy, Heaven's Edge, what has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, but in any case he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. Oh, that's smart. Oh. Okay. Oh no, what did I click? Oh crap. There will be hundred ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives that have forces of evil can use to their advantage. I am sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid, the kind of crusades we face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. You have already been to this state several times. What do you expect to find now? I was young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I have paid dearly for that. Vague gestures pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you just search the estate yourself without involving me? The estate is abandoned and sealed with powerful containment enchantments that only the Count himself can lift. This is not the main reason, however. The main reason is that Count Arnday is not officially under investigation by the Inquisition, so I couldn't just break into his house even if I found a way to bypass the spells. This is a serious matter. a matter that threatens the reputation of the entire Church of Medea and my own organization in particular. We made more than enough unforgivable mistakes during the Third Crusade and are still dealing with their consequences. You know, you were the first Inquisitor out of the other Inquisitors I have met that actually has a sound of reason and a good head on their shoulders so far. Your presence will give my investigation the necessary legitimacy, Commander, but there is more. In addition to getting official permission, I'd also like to bring an independent third-party investigator to the case. Someone independent but well-respected, and you fit this role perfectly. Did you question Darren himself? So you suspect that Darren is hiding something, that he is to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There is a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is marred to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arnday wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Halloran himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, but he didn't sense anything awry with him. Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Selena. That was all he would tell me. We found that the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. Fine, I will help you. What do you need me to do? I'm not going to help you. Yeah, I'm going to help you. He bows his head to you with exponential reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when the time to travel to the estate. When you get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You will have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I will remain here for a while. I'd like to... English. I'd like to discuss your investigations at the events of Heaven's Edge. Are you one of Prelate Halloran's followers? He freezes a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. What is your opinion on his atrocities? Where were you during the attack on Canabras? Thank you for your answer. What is your opinion on his atrocities? He's silent for a while. Usually people reveal such things about themselves only their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and this imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it this way. I spent enough years by Prelate Halloran's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. The prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much hideous darkness that he now sees it in every shadow. Yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all the people of Mendev. That is my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. Where were you during the attack on Canabras? I was on the hunt, a very successful one, but often happens in life, a minor success was a mere harbinger of a larger failure. If I hadn't been so far away from Canabras on the day of the attack, I might have been able to help my comrades and prevent a number of deaths. Thank you for your answer. I'd like to discuss your investigations of the events of Heaven's Edge again. Naturally, I'll tell you everything you wish to know. Did we do that? Oh, no, I have no more questions. I have to go. Hey, we're going right back over here. Where are you? Your dad is feral, Bean. Yes, my father is very feral. Where do you think I get my feralness from? There you are. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see Arnday's estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of the whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. Oh, that'd be awesome. Darren seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I'm obliged to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. And I want to invite you too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Are you really going to throw a banquet at the very place where your whole family died? All right, it's deal. Let's continue this discussion after the Battle of Jessen. If you want to celebrate your triumph, we have to make it happen first. I'm not going to take part in this nonsense. I won't let you either, advisor. Are you really going to throw a banquet at the very place where your whole family died? He purses his lips for a moment before replying in a bored drawl. Yes, what of it? Am I supposed to weep and quake with fear at the rest of my life? I've stayed away from that damned place for 10 years, and now I'm going to return there to drink, dance, and be merry without care in the world. You can keep your squeamish disapproval to yourself. All right. Deal. Perfect. You'll have a ball. I'll make sure of it. Something strange flickers in Darren's smile. Awesome. I don't want you at my party anymore. I want him at my party. You know what? I'm going to save. Just in case I do something stupid.
What's going on here?
Okay. Who are you? Blacksmith. Ooh. Good bean. Why, thank you. Hello to those who are checking in and watching. Recruit. Okay. Ooh, loot. Ooh, loot. Ooh, piece of candy.
Is that treasure?
I was going to say, that's a strange rock. It pays to look around. Oh, I feel the itch to play Dragon Age again. This just reminds me of Dragon's Age Inquisition. What are you? Summon small earth element. Recruit. Horse. It is an honor. Alright. I'm gonna go find the blacksmith again. Oh, I can't go through there. My tiny wee little legs. Camilla. Oh, you. Expecting you, thumb stuck in his belt. There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing the sword, but war is costly, and I have money besides my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. Besides, I believe, he shifts awkwardly from foot to foot, I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You are the honest and honorable person. You have clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander. And you deserve friends with King Gallifrey herself. Such persistence deserves respect. He tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement of your merits. Please allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble and personal treasury to mark our future cooperations. Amulet of Blackened Mirror. Nice. Tell me the story about Hagris Grim again. What's it like to live your entire life under someone else's name? Aren't you afraid I'll reveal your secret to everyone? Why have you decided to support the crusade now? With all due respect, that's none of your business. I have my reasons. Perhaps I felt a rush of patriotism when Canabras was destroyed. Anyway, why would you think I never supported the Crusaders? Perhaps I simply don't like to brag about my donations. Ostinations. Charity only attracts beggars. I'd wager that Arabeth has no idea whose money she's spending on drinks and supplies. Aren't you afraid I'll reveal your secret? Why did you hide the fact that Camilla is your daughter? What can you tell me about Count Darren Arnday? The noble of Canabras should be acquainted with each other, shouldn't they? He is a brilliant young man with a brilliant pedigree, and the story of his. The nobility is the glue that keeps our society together. I suppose that is why demons so often choose their estates as primary targets. Who would notice the demons' bloody massacres of only the slaughtered poor country folk? If they only... Okay. The Arnday family share the tragic plight of the Gorms. Along with many other members of nobility, they fell victim to a treacherous attack during a major celebration taking place at their family estate. I hadn't received an invitation and was slightly insulted by the snub, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The gods saved me from a terrible fate. All the guests died that day from a magical demonic disease. I sympathize with the Count deeply. He has endured so much, and no wonder he keeps himself aloof from me. I think this is due to the fact that Horgus Grimm's fate so resembles his own, and we both have to relive those horrible memories whenever we see each other. Alright, I have to go. Woodruff! He perks up. Chief, how about letting me go? Why would you need a thief in your party? What if I rob you in your sleep? I mean, I'm not going to for now, but what if I get a rush of inspiration? What do you think of my new powers? I want to know you more. Are you really staying in the party or just waiting for a chance to run off? He gives you a hurt look. As if I could. There are demons and dangers around every corner. He stops short. Don't worry, Chief. I'll work off my debt honestly. I won't stab you in the back or go on a run with your money. And if you buy my wares, I won't have to leave at all. Show me what you can get using your tiefling connections. He breaks into a happy grin. Look, Chief, the tieflings have all the best things. Oh! What do you got? Poisonous dart. Ooh. Escort of Purity. What are you? Cold Iron enchantment, 1 finesse wielding. This iron escort deals additional 1d3 positive energy damage on hit. This iron mined deep underground and known for its effectiveness against demons and fey creatures, is forged at the lower temperature to preserve its delicate properties. Okay. Acid Flask, Alchemist Fire. Ooh. Okay. I just want to, scroll through. Tooth Saber. 2-9 damage. Robe of Inavailability. This grants a word plus 2 bonus to spell penetration. Plus 2 added armor grants the wielder 10 resistance against fire and electricity. This armor provides a plus 2 enchantment bonus to armor class. The armor check penalty of magic armor is lessened by 1 compared to ordinary armor of its type. Okay. Just looking through all of this. Meta Magic Rod. This rod grants the wielder the ability to make up 3 spells they cast per day, empowered as though using the Empower spell feat. Lesser rods can be used with the spells of 3rd level power level or lower. Huh. You know what? I think I have some stuff that I can sell. Like that. And that. And that. Ooh. You know what? There you go. I don't need that. What about this? Target point within close range, not affected by target spell resistance. A simple tankard engraved with the holy symbol of Caden, Kalilian, and a bunch of Aztas enjoying the nature of music. You can see that it was endeared to the deceased owner. Even in the darkest times, it was a tiny personal beacon of fun and freedom. Okay. This dwarven tinker allows its owner to summon Azatas under a haste spell effect once per day. The owner can summon a single Lillian Aztat at 9th level. It summons one Lillian Aztat and 2 advanced Brawlani Aztats. And 11th level, it summons one Lillian Aztat and 2 advanced Brawlani. That, and it grants a lot of Aztats. As the owner of this dwarven tankard is on the Aztat mythical pass, it summons Aztats are additional effect to the heroism spell effect. Okay, I might keep that. There we go.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Mysterious elf. Damn it. Oh. Willard Arms. Okay. I saw you talking to a girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not a part of our army. I know all of our soldiers by name and sight. He frowns gloomily and oh my god. Cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf volunteer, wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first, I thought she was a messenger from Mendo. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see how it looks mighty shifty. He eyes you with concern. She was some sort of spy then? I don't know. Your supply would do any wine shop proud. Does a crusade really need this much alcohol? He smiles shyly. Don't think I'm trying to encourage drunkenness among our crusaders. It's all good fun, a way to blow off some steam. When soldiers can gather by the fire and raise a cup to honor both the living and the dead, it reminds them that life goes on. But those who drink in excess or to be determined of their duties won't get a drop from me. There is no sight more depressing than a drunkard. I have to go. Alright, blacksmith. Alright, I'm going to look at my journal. There are some things. Beginning of the long road. Okay. I think
Should I?
we're going to head out. Finally, we're going to save. Quick save. Oh my gosh, what is going on with my phone? Oh, I got new followers on Threads. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. All right. Let me get a cleric. I got kind of 2 clerics, I guess. I gotta get them with their mythics. And I accept.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna make sure everyone has their stuff. And then I'm gonna head back real quick and sell off what I don't need. Oh my gosh. Canabris. Let's head back to Canabris just to see it. You can now control armies on the global map. Winning battles against demon forces provides a number of benefits, such as resources to help your economy, relics, which can be turned into powerful new items for your party, captured enemy fortifications that previously blocked the advance of your party and your armies. These fortifications can be rebuilt into forts for your own troops. Enemy armies differ in their strength, which is displayed by the number next to the army's name. By hovering over the enemy army, you can learn more about the composition of the reward it is guarding. You can switch between party management and army command modes by pressing OK. In army command mode, you can select armies by pressing L2, which your party armies use roads to move around the map. To move an army must spend movement points, which can be restored by resting for 1 day. Okay. Canabarus. Yes, I'm gonna enter this real quick. I want to see the land that we saved. Wow. It looks completely different now. You know what? I just realized I never went in this area. I can't believe it. We started here. Do you wish to enter this location? Yes. Oh my god, I feel old. Oh. Okay. We are going this way. Your characters are exhausted. An exhausted character moves at half speed, cannot charge, and takes a -6 penalty to strength and dexterity. After a complete rest, exhausted characters are no longer exhausted. Would you like to begin resting? Sure. Let's continue.
Hey, Sosu, if you paint my portrait,
How could a portrait of a friend be blasphemy?
I just want to go to the cemetery. Okay. Take me to the cemetery. Character assigned to perform a protective rituals. Perform a special ritual every 30 minutes to travel by making lore religion skill checks. If the check is successful, the party's movement speed temporarily increases. The DC increases with every consecutive check. Different locations also have different skill check DCs. Characters assigned to Night Watch increase the party's range of vision on the global map based on their perception skill. They also make perception skill check, which if successful, increases the chance of meeting a traveling merchant. Character assigned to Camouflage makes a stealth skill check. Accessible check lowers the probability of a random combat encounter on the global map. Characters assigned to Alchemy and Scroll Creations have a chance to find useful ingredients while traveling on the global map. Okay. No. Cancel. Just take me back to camp, I guess. We're gonna rest here. Let's go to my tent, I guess, to sleep.
is that a trap?
Where? Ah, nice. Nice. Field medic. Don't need field medic. Loot. Chapel tent. Nervous Crusader. Oh. A message for the commander. A knight in simple armor lowers his voice. I'm Queen's bodyguard. She sent me to tell you she arrived at the camp incognito as planned. You can find her in the minor nightly orders are camped. Come. Oh my gosh. Come if you wish to speak to her. Tell Her Majesty I will visit her when time permits. Tell Your Majesty I will come at once. Certainly. Okay. Blacksmith, real quick. What are you? Alright.
What's going on here?
Okay. Commander's tent. Do I want to rest now? No. I don't want to rest now. Take me outside. Or Hawkblade. Oh my god, I have to look everywhere. Saleya.
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power?
I haven't figured it out yet. We'll see what happens next. It's a little overwhelming, to be honest.
Don't be sad. Look at me. I'm sitting here worrying over my troubles, but you have it much worse than all of us put together. I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me. Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
I think we should go our separate ways. You look better. You'd better look for a new command. Oh! See you. Okay. Where is the queen? Okay. Steer yourself. What the hell do you want? Oh, Hilor. You've earned the title of Commander. Canabra still stands thanks to you, but you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your eminence places a target on your back, and there are assassins about. Killing a high-ranking crusader would bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Long ago, I stemmed a few of the Spinner of Nightmares attempts on the lives of influential crusaders, so I know what I'm talking about. Who is the elf you were talking to? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that had joined the army. She thought I might know the elf she was looking for from the mercenary contacts, but I couldn't tell you any more than that. She never shared his name. Bean, hi Bean, hi. Hi everyone, hi. Which influential crusaders did you say from the Spinner of Nightmares? I've been hunting the Spinner of Nightmares for over a year. My agents, by that time I created a proper network, reported to me that she returned to nearest Saiyan. I immediately suspected that she was planning a great atrocity. By the time I learned all too well that the Spinner was a master of illusions and charms, that's why I never left the house without this. He takes a monocle from his pocket and puts it on carefully. This is the Eye of Truth. It allows me to see through illusions. My friend got it from the priest of Nethes. However, neither this monocle nor my network of agents were adequate to prevent the attacks. We were nearly too late. The Spinner of Nightmares decided to strike at the Cruciform Cathedral. They had gathered to celebrate a victory of the First Crusade. It was a great holiday, and there was a lavish ceremony at the cathedral. Influential priest Anthoclitus, however you pronounce it, was in charge of the festivities. They were intending to crown him with a tiara, a symbol of the high status, but the sacred tiara had been replaced. The Spinner had obtained an Inclitus, a sentient that rather ominous cephalopod from the other end of the world. She'd raised it from an Elvor and trained it carefully, and she cast an illusion on it so that everyone would see it as a tiara. The moment its shell was placed on, his head, the cephalopod would release its tentacles and penetrate the priest's skull. Its poison would seep into his brain, and it would seize control of his dead body. Fortunately, we were able to stop this madness in time. I spotted the spinner of nightmares in the crowd and chased her down, and we ended up crossing swords on the roof of the cathedral. I nearly defeated her, but she fled upon a giant stallion, which was able to run across the air as if it were on the ground. I was so close to catching her. She suffered a setback, but I let her escape. His bitter and angry smile shows he hasn't made peace with his failure. So tell me about your confrontation with the spinner of nightmares. It's a long story. Telling you everything would take 2 days. Which part do you want to know? Tell me again, how did it all begin? Which influential crusaders did you save from the spinner of nightmares? Oh, is this the same one? This is the same one. Tell me again how it all began. It all began with the task of the Pathfinder Society. I arrived in Neuroscian with a team to investigate the sudden death of a famous crusader, Baron Falron. We soon focused in on the small hospital for a wealthy where Falron was being treated shortly before his death. It turned out that the gang of Baphomet's cultists, calling themselves the Labyrinth of Mind, had gotten a foothold at the hospital. They were obsessed with twisting the minds of the victims and targeted fragile people too weak to resist. The hospital was filled with perfect victims, isolated for weeks from the outside world, completely helpless. And when they returned, they were different, almost normal. But the moment they had heard certain phrases, something dark awoke in their mind, and they transformed into servants of Baphomet, ready to lie, betray, and even kill. The Labyrinth of Mind was perpetrating to infiltrate the elite circles in Mendev, but Baron Falron stopped them. He was too loyal to his oath and too resistant to their spells. He fought for his freedom until this strain broke his heart. We opened and cleared the city of Baphomet's pit of vipers. Their den was a cradle of sin and filth, and they cast spells on each other, and their loathsome fantasies stepped real from their minds into the world. They dreamt of horrible and forbidden things, and they fought like mad. We burned the place to the ground and slaughtered everyone we could, but the leaders of the cult were able to flee, and they were set upon revenge. They abducted the daughter, Lori, who served under my command in the Pathfinder Society. They left me a note full of tart insults, mockery, and sneers. From that note, I learned the name of my enemy, the Spinner of Nightmares. A few months later, I confirmed that she was the leader of the Labyrinth of Mind. My hunt had begun. I would get Lori back at any cost. We will talk later about this. I need brave and experienced fighters. You can rely on my lads, but you'll have to pay them. Oh my god, 18 grand is their standard. Sure. Great reinforcements have arrived. Oh, Wrath of the Righteous. Nice. Ooh. Do I pick one? Is that Bard? That's Bard. Kind of reminds me of Ember. Monk. Fighters. Wait. Wrath of the Righteous. Kingmaker. Kingmaker characters. Twins. Just subtle differences. Okay. Alchemist. Wait. No. Closing the interface will reset the choices you made during the character creation. Close the interface. Yes. Okay. I don't want to change what I look like. Have I been in here? Ooh. Oh, Yeah. Knight Commander, how can I help you? There is much I can do, just ask. You probably heard about the wound I have, the one that sometimes opens on my chest. Can you perhaps tell me if it's some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed, I've been told of your affliction. She peers at the center of your chest. Can you will the wound to open? No, that's a shame. But can you tell me about this wound? Perhaps you know the other cases like this. Do you think it's dangerous? Thank you for your answers. What can you tell me about this wound? Well, it's difficult to say. I know the blades that I leave never healing cuts of poisons that stop wounds from healing. I've never heard of witches' curses that are rewarded with internal wounds, but wounds that seem to reopen and heal over and over. Perhaps you know of other cases like this? Let me think. 4671, a Mendevian army corporal had all of his bone and cartilage turned to glass. In 4700, a scribe in Canabras had all of her skin simply come away like she'd been boiled. In 4638, oh, you don't have to have insects crawling over you, locusts, no rats, perhaps. Too bad. Do you think it's dangerous? It most likely is dangerous, but you are under the protection of Imadea, Commander. She granted you mythic power. As they say, surely the inheritor would not leave you to face this alone. Have you perhaps noticed that the wound opens at moments when you waver in your faith? Perhaps it's triggered by doubt. Thank you for your answers. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you anything useful. I will be sure to study this matter and consult a few of my encyclopedias. Tell me about yourself. Oh my, I could tell you so many amazing things, and you choose the most boring one of all. But alright, about myself then. Where are you from? Isgar, a small piece of land that proudly calls itself a country, though it hasn't been independent for a single day in all the centuries it existed. They have a lot of national pride, but all of it is borrowed, always looking to the great day when they can at least be free from the rule of Czechs, Shilix. The Isgari love talking politics. If two of them start bargaining over beets at the market, you can be sure they'll end up arguing about whether an independent Isgar will be a monarchy or a republic. I've always found it funny to listen to and a little disgusting. You see, there are a lot of us halflings in the country, but very few are citizens. Most are slaves. I was lucky. I've always been clever ever since I was little, so they sent me to school instead of making me do the grunt work. They taught me to count, write, and I was sold as a secretary to the Lord Auxiliar Tresbot. He is the one I left Isgar with, never to return, I hope. How did you come to serve Queen Gelfrey? I was a slave of Lord Ixlar, that guy in Isgard, my homeland. Oh, what a man he was. He towered over his fellows like a rock over a garbage heap. A true hero. He bought me a simple secretary, but he made me learn the history of the world wound, all of it, one volume after another. He hired tutors for me and even sent me to meet prominent historians. He didn't want a simple slave, but a slave with impeccable education. He was going on a crusade. He firmly believed that the servants of the good gods were weak, and only a follower of Asmodeus, could stand against a demon of invasion. He took me along as a secretary, a historian, and most importantly, and entrusted me with recording his glorious story for future generations. In his crusade, he performed many brave feats, but even he could stand against a whirlwind alone. In his final battle with the demons, when my lord realized he was doomed, his final act was to cover my retreat, so that I could tell the world of his great deeds. Some people have said that what he did was not heroic, just an arrogant moron puffing himself up one last time, but I say curse their tongues. My difficult journey ended in Minda, where I found my freedom. There I published his biography, and I don't want to boast, but who am I kidding? Of course I do. The book sold in great numbers and made me rather famous for a time. That's what brought me to the Queen's attention. She invited me to her court. After all, she was curious about my deceased lord, and she was in great need of an expert in history of the whirlwind. I hope you'll find me useful as well. So you're not just a historian, but a writer too. Will you write a book about my crusade? Why not? As soon as we finish off the demons, I'll get right to it. Just take care that you don't end up like my lord. Do you worship any deities? When I was a slave in Isgard, they would beat me with a stick and force me into believing Osmodeus. They hit me and said it was for my own good. Ever since then, I don't like temples. I realize there are different gods like Desna and Caden who teach goodness and freedom, but it's just, as soon as I smell frankincense, I see a slave driver's stick. Maybe one day I'll be able to turn to a deity without cringing from a blow for not being reverent enough. But for now I let others pray for me. That's healing. Everyone's on a journey like that. Perception check. She sounds sincere, but you feel like she's holding something back. Thank you for your answers. You're welcome, but you should ask me about something more interesting. Tell me about the history of the world wound. Oh my god, there's a Oh, I could talk about that for hours. What exactly do you want to know? Tell me about old Sorcorus. It was an unforgiving country inhabited by numerous tribes that killed barbarians. Imagine Numera, but without the Metal Mountains, or the realm of mammoth lords, but with a milder climate. That's Sarkoris. The country was ruled by priests of forgotten deities and shamans. It's said that even back then, before the world wound, the boundary between worlds was especially thin in this region. Since ancient times, Discari has had his claws sunk deep into the minds of the locals. His cults thrived here for many centuries. Aradin tried to stamp them out, but in the end, of course, he passed away. How did the world wound come to be? It happened a year Aradin died, 4606, a little over a century ago. No one knows if the timing was coincidence, that word, or if there's some connection with Aradin's death, but I'll tell you what we do know. The priests and shamans who ruled Sakaris hated arcane magic and all who practiced it. Wizards and sorcerers were driven from the land, or worse, one of their prisons held a witch named Arula Vorlish. Oh. She became a demon, and she's a god, I believe. We know nothing about her besides her name, and of course the atrocities she committed. By the unknown method of managed to harness the terrible power of the demon lord Discari. Together they tore open the barrier between the worlds, opening a rift to the abyss of in the very middle of Socorus. The world wound slowly but mercifully expanded, devouring more and more land. In a matter of years, Socorus was a memory. Sometimes I think, what did they do to Arella in that prison? Just imagine she was ready to give herself to the abyss. If only the demons might devour her torturers along with her. To imagine such hatred, it terrifies me. It began in 4622. Yes, it took the church and the secular authorities nearly 2 decades and hundreds of thousands of lives before they decided to take action. In the meantime, Socorus was only supported by handfuls of volunteers. By the time the crusade began, the demons had already invaded Mendev. The Crusaders pushed them back in what must have seemed a total triumph. At the time, the forces of good, easily crushing demons on all fronts, they eradicated Dresden on the lands they conquered, and an indestructible fortress in the capital of the Crusades movement. In 4630, 8 years after it began, the First Crusade was declared victorious. It was the first triumph of the Crusaders and unfortunately the last. Tell me about the second. In 4638, the world wound suddenly started expanding and a new wave of demons appeared. The Crusaders were all but delighted. Last time they routed the forces of the Abyss and they welcomed another chance to prove themselves. But this time everything was different. Instead of scattered gangs, they faced a large and organized army. Dresden was besieged and the Crusaders lost the lands they'd won back before. They had to retreat, and all that remained of Socorus was left to the demons. But while the monsters were devouring the unprotected lands, the Crusaders erected a chain of ward stones along the border with the world wound. We have Imadea and her herald to thank for their help. It was the Second Crusade's only victory, but it halted the wound's growth. The catastrophe had become a stalemate at the cost of the tremendous sacrifice. Tell me about the third. Oh my god, I'm gonna take a sip of tea. Oh, lol, you need another raid. I love raids. I love when people join my live streams. It's awesome. I love it. About 50 years after the opening of the World Room, the Skari found an ally. Baphomet entered the war, a cunning, insidious demon lord who prefers deception to open conquest. He sets his enemies against each other and lures a virtuous onto the path of wickedness. Traitors appeared among the Crusaders, secret agents of his cult. For a time, no one suspected a thing. Even they watched helplessly as the Crusader movement fell to ruin. Where once valor was drowned in apathy in 4665, the church announced a new crusade, hoping to boost morale. They didn't succeed, to put it mildly. Some fought the demons in earnest. For a time, they even dared hope to retake Dresden. But by the Third Crusade would be remembered as a witch hunt in every sense. Inquisitors hoped to purge any cultists from the ranks of fighters, but instead they got a barrage of denunciations, widespread suspicion, and innocent victims. It sometimes happened that two orders would denounce each other as traitors and wipe each other out, much to the demon's delight. Just 3 years later, in 4668, the church put a disgrace to an end of all the crusades. That one was the least glorious. Tell me about the fourth. Of course, the demons had no intention of sitting quietly caged behind the wardstones. They kept attacking Canabras, trying to reach the stone and destroy it, or just scratch its surface, or even, if it wasn't possible, befoul it. The Crusaders drove the demons away from the city again and again. The Fourth Crusade would last for 15 years, an exhausting study in potential warfare. The demons attacked and they were pushed back. The Crusaders went on the offensive, but were forced to retreat. And all the while, the losses were tremendous. The Fourth Crusade only achievement was they didn't let a single wardstone fall. They didn't retake a sliver of land, to say nothing of Dresden. So many lives just to maintain the stalemate. You can imagine how that affected morale. Thank you for your answers. My pleasure. You just have to remember to stop me or I'll go on about it forever. I have to go. If you have any questions, come back. I have to find that queen. Where is the queen? And then I have to rest. Okay. Oh, it's just a horse. Crusader. That's Nino. Ah, girl, there you are. Very good, just in time. You will be delighted to know that I need you for an experiment. So the Grey Garrison stands ruthless. Demons are running for the hills, and their tails between their legs. Mendev's queen, what's her name? Is a tip of my... Oh, yes, Galfrey. Is scurrying to and fro and all somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far, there is no scientific evidence of your exponentiality. If one discounts blind faith and divine intervention, which I do, we, people of science, refuse to believe in the unacceptable in that word without any proof. We are the ones to explain the inexplicable. I think that's how you say it. And therefore, open your mouth and say, ah, for me. Why? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to study you. Come along. Don't stand in the way of science. Why does my mouth have to do with my new abilities? Perhaps there is no connection, or perhaps there is a direct connection. We never know unless we find out. Uh, uh, she peers into your mouth with a practiced eye. All right, your throat's fine, tongue looks perfectly normal. Your breath, she sniffed, the smell is aligned with a regular functioning of the digestive system. Now for your teeth. She sticks one hand in your mouth and probes each teeth in turn with the skill of a seasoned dentist. Why? No detectable alterations. By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized representatives of their race, still have an amazingly powerful bite? As suddenly recalling something, Nino promptly pulls her hand out of your mouth. Thank you. Are you really trying to find the correlation between fang length and civility? She seems slightly embarrassed. For the good of science, I look for correlations everywhere and in everything. How can you prove there's no correlation if you don't bother to look for one? If someone gets on my nerves, I can bite hard enough too. I don't want to I don't want to participate in this experiment anymore. If someone gets on my nerves, I can bite hard enough too. Can you? We definitely must test that someday, but not today. Now we are conducting the experiment of a different kind. Moving on. Alright, what do we have next? Ears. Let's check your hearing. Testing! She yells right in your ear and nods in satisfaction as she observes your reaction. Your hearing is fine, but don't worry, it's scientifically proven that it should return to normal soon. Next, she circles you. Eyes are clear, posture is satisfactory, limb length is standard. No lie, she stops rubbing her chin in contemplation and slightly dejected tone says, Girl, you're the picture of health. It is a pity that I was expecting to find some anomaly. Well, now let's assess your mental state. Oh my lord, my mental state. Don't ask about my mental state, guys. Oh lord. Imagine a hypothetical situation. You are a tree. Two squirrels have found their way into your hollow and are now coupling. Okay, what do you do? What is this nonsense? Let them couple? Why should I care? I'll stick my branch into the hollow and drag them both out by the neck. I'll do precisely nothing because I'm a tree. An unconscious act of withdrawal along with a lack of trust in your own abilities, or perhaps just a healthy dose of pragmatism. Pragmatism, guys. On to the next question, another hypothetical situation. You are a tomato. You have just been picked from a vegetable patch and put into a crate. You know that one day the cook will use half of the tomatoes from your crate to make soup. What do you do? What is this nonsense? If I'm going to be eaten, then there's not much I can do. That's the fate of a tomato. I try to dig deeper into the crate. There's nothing I can do. I'm a tomato, remember? I've had enough of your experiments. If I'm going to be eaten, then there's not much I can do. That's the fate of a tomato. An unconscious act of submitting to the unspoken rules and laws underpinning the function of the universe. Yes, it is all quite clear to me. Unstinting adherence to the law and complete indifference to everything else, your manner of judgment almost reminds me of an Aeon. Perhaps you are somehow related to that race. On that note, I deem this experiment complete. Thank you for your participation. She looks at you pensively and then gestures at you with a wide sweep of her arm. And yet you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles. One of these days I will solve you completely unless I forget. Now, I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. I don't like it when you call me girl. My name is Zaina Bonk. Tell me about yourself. I'd like to clarify a few things about your new task. Your cravings for knowledge will be immediately satisfied. Ask away. The ruins aren't very far from Canabras. You could easily get there all by yourself. Why do you need me? You know the ruins of yours may turn out to be just ruins. Oh, why do you need me? Don't you see this is a legendary secret place? Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the workings of the universe? My mortal body may be unable to contain all that knowledge, or perhaps I will ascend and become an equal to the gods themselves. I need you to write down everything and anything and report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. And don't forget to praise me as I deserve while you're there. That's all I want to know. I wanted to ask about your task. Alright. I have to go. Where is the queen? Is she in the, temple? That's the commander's tent. Hawkblade. Okay. Chapel tent. Okay. New recipes. Yes. I'm looking for the recipe. Recipe? Recipe! Come get your recipe. I might have to look it up. Oh, hey, here we go. Copy.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Alright. That's Commander's tent. Oh my gosh, am I supposed to find the queen? Sure will. All the world burns. Okay.
Should I?
I'm just gonna save.
I feel like a chosen one.
Ha, here we go. We're gonna mythic rank up.
What's going on here?
Just complete. We're gonna level up.
Here we go again.
Ember.
I am here all week.
I forgot that I can look people up like this. Level you up.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Oops. There we go.
Should I?
Okay. I like what I got. Let's get you with something. Cloak of Resistance. Amulet of Natural Armor. You. Have Plate of Vigor. Have a Mace of Fire. You should have a shield with it. Dagger. Okay. Wand of Bless. There we go. Now. Divine Favor.
What's going on here?
No, I want equipment. I want to go through everyone. There we go. Oh, hey. Copy. 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 This is great. We're going to be here for a while. use that! Crap! And that was my only crap. It's gonna be a while doing all this. Okay. You. There we go. You. You lost your weapons. Gold iron tiger. Tiger. Punching dagger. You. Dagger. Do I have one better? No. Because he was going to leave. That's why I got it. There we go. What else do I have? Nope. There we go. Okay. Now everything else I can sell at the blacksmith. Okay. Weapons. Alright, armor. Accessories. What are you again? No. are you? Elemental essence. What are you? Alright. What are you? Magic essence. Just take it. Gonna keep that. Okay. I have a bunch of stuff. There we go.
I'm here all week.
Let's go to the commander's tent. Okay, I want that. Can I sort this? No, I don't want information. Sorting. Ah, there we go. Ooh. Name A to Z. There we go. That's nice. I don't know why I didn't do that beforehand. We're going to rest. Skip. Okay. I need to mythic path. Let me just look at these cold waters. Consumed by the war, the demons forgot the life goes on the outside. Okay, that's that guy. That's Calissa. Banner of the Citadel.
Here we go
Okay.
again.
Well, okay. Let's go here. I think I could exit. Okay, I want to accept. My arm's going numb. There we go. Yes, I want to enter this location. Beware the succubus. She can compel your party members to fight against you. Yes. Yes, they can. We've had that happen with Woljef. An elderly man limps toward the grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves. An old cripple like me still lives. A woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting, it burned like everything else in the house. There's nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing." A young man throws a handful of soil into the open grave and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. Sociel throws a handful of soil onto the grave in front of him, and he takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shaylin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish the ugliness and evil, make the world richer, and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this." He breaks into a sob mid-sentence and falls silent without finishing his declaration. "Good. Thank you for everything you've done for us. You fought honorably and remained steadfast in your duty until your final breath. Your deeds will not be forgotten. How long will this take? I'm sick of these. They're dead. What's the big deal?" Waffle. He's too absorbed in his grief to hear you, but the other mourners aggressively raise their fists into the air, inspired by your words. Glory to the heroes of the crusade, never forget. What is that? An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere. A silent mourning, her trembling hand points at something moving inside the grave. Suddenly a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. It's a zombie, run! Lovely. Oh, there's more! Lovely.
Yet another obstacle.
Zombie.
Into the fray!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Begone, fiend!
Zombie Lord.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, nice.
Out of my sight!
Lovely. We're getting surrounded. Ow. You hit me, actually.
I got this.
The light! Take you!
Alright.
You won't survive me. Fall! I will bring down the divine wrath!
Stab your zap,
There we
you
go.
apple. I will see to your demise.
Damn you!
There we go. With a heavy heart, Sociel looks at the corpses of his friends returned to rest by his own hand. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Sociel hands the black onyx gem to you. Once precious, the stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Looks like some of the townspeople were only feigning their grief. They will pay for everything they had done when we find them. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Thank you. I already said goodbye to them. Seeing them again in that form, Shaylin as my witness, it was not easy. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in a great danger. We must find them.
What's going on here?
Ooh. I will take my stuff. Okay. Alright, time to explore. Find the edges.
Let's see what we can do.
Alright. Save. Yes, thank you.
Here we go.
Oh, talk about this. I like my bow. Like, I don't mind fighting up front. Open this damn door, please. Someone open the door.
I can handle it.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Oh yeah, we had Camilla on our side because she could pick locks. Unquite dead, the half-rotten corpse of a woman shambles out of the crypt. She leers at you with her empty eye sockets and croaks out a few words. Thank the gods and thank you too. I knew this was going to happen someday. They buried me alive. Who are you? I hate to break it to you, but you're actually dead. You're lucky we were passing by and heard you. You're free to go home. How dare you? What an utter foolishness. Do I look like a corpse to you? No, no, no. You forget yourself. You should be ashamed to say such things to a... The dead Baroness wags her finger at you in a chastising manner, but cuts herself short, staring at her own hand in horror. What? How? This is simply cannot be. I shan't permit it. I'm afraid it's true. I'm truly sorry. This graveyard was desecrated by a necromancer. It seems that he disturbed your rest as well. The dead woman covers her face with what remains of her decaying hands. So I died, even in death. This accursed servants of the abyss torment me. Can nothing be done? Perhaps you could lay me to rest. I quite enjoyed my life in this world, but now there is no place for me here, not in this miserable form. How did you awaken? Do you remember anything? Allow me a moment to think. Seems like it. Yes, indeed. I awoke because I heard a voice. They were reciting poetry or a prayer, perhaps. I suppose those were spells, then. It must have been your thrice-damned necromancer. Would you like to pass along any words of comfort to your friends or family while you're here? That good-for-nothing band of hanger-ons? Most certainly not. Thank you very much. I'm reasonably confident that they have already brought my estate to ruin and squandered any fortune I bequeathed to them. They will have to do without my missives. Spare us both in dignity and embarrassment. You see, I would still be in the company of those I truly care for, were it not for your discourteous sorcerer and his parlor tricks. Lay the undead to rest. Rest in peace. Thank you. Do feel free to take my burial jewelry. Those pieces were dreadfully out of fashion where I'm going anyway. At least we can do some good. Can we go in here? No.
Can't make the demons wait.
Door. Oh, there's a dead body.
We won't fall here. I swear it. Endure this.
Wait, there's another one? Citizen. No. Disrupt the dead.
We'll win this, one way or the other. Beautiful.
Yes. Okay. Pause. Where? Oops. I see.
Let's see what we can do.
They will break against our resolve. The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Make every strike count.
Precision and grace.
Oh, wow. Just coming out in droves here.
Are you still here?
Maybe I should join the fray.
Distract them from me.
No glory without risk.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I wonder. One enemy creature within medium range. Fortitude half. You take control of a target living creature skeleton. A creature has a skeleton rattle within its flesh, causing it grievous harm. It takes 3d6 points of damage plus 1d6 of additional points of damage per 2 caster spells.
This thing
Oh.
refuses to cooperate. make short work of this.
Are you gonna do it?
Good guys always win. I got this. Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Time to share your treasures.
Into the fray!
There we go. Wait, looks like they're waiting for us. There's a whole squad of undead guarding the door. Maybe we should look for another entrance.
Lead on!
I am a very popular extra planar hero from another planet. Why doesn't anyone here believe it? Here comes trouble.
Oh, nice.
Cover me, all right? Hot. Out of my sight.
Begone, fiend!
I really need to change his weapon. Alright.
Damn you!
Maybe I should switch to my freaking my bow again.
The light take you!
You won't survive me.
Champion archer.
I will see to your demise.
Alright. Whee! Can I attack you? Yes, I can. Ooh. It only took a little bit. Well then.
Precision and grace.
Fall!
Hydrate. Nah, make me. Alright.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
There we go. It's out of stock. no. What a shame. A shame. The poor cruise buys a watermelon.
Make every strike count.
Fine, I'll take a sip. I hydrated the nasty water.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I feel like a show.
There we go.
Here we go.
Good noodle. I live for those good noodle moments. Alright, that's a door. Let's finish looking everywhere over here. Okay, so there's really nothing. They said that they had this covered. That wasn't really being covered. Who are you? What do you want? All you have to do is die in the name of Baphomet. Have faith. You can do it.
World's not ending just yet.
This is the end of your Blossom Fist magic, and I won't let you harm the living or the dead anymore. Do you think I need your permission? Hey you, Bonebag, stand up and kill. Oh, lovely.
To battle, my friends. Are you still here?
There we go.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll make short work of this.
There we go.
Distract them for me.
Into the fray!
I will bring down the divine wrath.
Oh, and there's one behind us. Crap.
Good guys always win. You won't survive me.
Out of my sight.
Miss.
Time to share your treasures.
The light, take you!
Okay.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Here we go. Where is the guy? Here we go.
This.
Yes, let's attack the wall where the person we can't see. Okay. Here we go.
Be gone!
There we go. I surrender. Dang rat, how dare you! Suddenly Social becomes a totally different person. The artist's delicate hands clench into fists while his voice becomes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. You scumbag, I remember you. You came to our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. Then I don't even know what I'm going to do with you. Stop it. I surrender. You are a priest of Shaylin. I surrender. So you have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. Do you two know each other? Is he telling the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Awful, don't listen to his lies. He deserves death. It would be justice to kill him on the spot. Don't listen to him. Hit him some more. Do you two know each other? We do. That's Marty, a tailor's apprentice from Canabras. We healed him after he was mauled by a dog. Then he became a frequent visitor to our temple. He listened attentively to our sermons, studied the goddess's teaching, and praised our art. He grits his teeth. Were you lying to our faces the whole time when we took you in, when you sat at our table, when you broke bread with you? Were you planning to stab us in the back even then? The whole time. Now you understand part of it. Let's dig into the rest. The cultist curves his bloodied lips into an evil sneer. I was hoping to lure you to our side. It wouldn't have been hard. We are everywhere, even inside you. I think you know it, too. You are not like those pious devotees you pretend to be, and maybe you fooled yourself, but we both see who you really are. You have that same demonic rage inside you. It's a pity I never had time to kindle it into a devouring flame, but sometimes you have to resort to a backup plan. Having you die at the hands of your dead friends was such a good idea. It's a pity it didn't work. Shut up. You want to kill me right now, don't you? But you can't. You're a good boy, Sociel. So loyal to your goddess. You'll have to let me go or commit a sin, so I win either way. Witness the genius of our Lord Baphomet. Is he telling the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Yes, the Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive you must try to save their soul, to show them the beauty of the world, persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It's difficult, but the world is better for it. I'm just repeating your own sermons back to you. Come on, Sociel, try to make me repent my sins. Perhaps your kind words will make me abandon Baphomet's teaching, run to Shaylin for redemption, and start knitting some masterpiece of my own. Do you really believe that even the scum deserves a chance at redemption? I don't know. May Shaylin forgive me, but I never had to struggle with this burden before. He looks at the cultist with visible disgust. I had no time to try healing the souls of villains. I was always preoccupied with healing the bodies of those hurt by them. The killer looks up at the sky. Forgive me, eternal rose. You teach me to be merciful to our enemies and love them, but I am too weak. I'm afraid. Grant me absolution from the sin, for this kind of love is beyond me. Stop, Sociel. It's not worth breaking your goddess's vows because of filth like him. Don't listen to his lies. He deserves death. It would be justice to kill him on the spot. Chaotic, hit him some more, but be careful not to kill him. Shaylin says nothing against kicking in a few teeth. Nah, stop. He looks battered. He looks at the battered necromancer's face, then, as his bloodied hands in disgust, he slowly lowers his unclenched fist. Thank you for stopping me. I almost broke my vows because of this. I had absolutely no idea there was so much rage in me. It's a shame, a disgrace, and I must admit that I enjoyed beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. I should never have happened. It should never have happened. He wipes the necromancer's blood off his knuckles and steps away from him. You're the commander, and he is your captive. It's up to you to decide his fate. I surrender here. Take everything I've got. Just don't kill me. What do you think I should do with him? Finish him, Social. Kill him. I can see how much you want to. If I condemn him to death, his sentence will be carried out immediately. I will send a messenger with orders to imprison the cultist. His deeds will be punished to the fullest extent by the law. I will set him free. Get out of my sight. What do you think I should do with him? He stares at the cultist, then through clenched teeth utters, I have no idea. I have no right to decide whether he should live or die. You are in charge here. I should condemn him to death. Nah, I will send a messenger with orders to imprison the cultist. His deeds will be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Yes, that's the right thing to do. The cleric lets out a sigh of relief. Thank you. Cecil examines the devastated graveyard, then diverts his attention to the terrified townspeople. It's all right. You're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, and we must not leave it desecrated like this. Townsfolk are clearly terrified of even looking at the fallen undead, but Cecil's soft words reassure them. As they work together, the graveyard soon regains a tranquil appearance. After a prayer, Cecil bows his head before the graves of his friends for the last time. May the eternal rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have many more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war. Noble.
Shellen guides me.
My, we'd surely have perished if not for Social and the Commander. Okay. Off we go then. Off we go. Oh, yeah, loot. Whew, gonna take some more of my tea. Almost knocked my water bottle off. There we go. I want to enter. We're gonna sell to the blacksmith. And then I think I'm gonna end it. Oh yeah, I gotta end it here soon. I can't go over like last time, this time. Okay, take me to the blacksmith. Blacksmith! Where's the blacksmith? I wonder if he's gonna be in here this time. Okay. Blacksmith! Oh, wait.
What's going on here?
No. You. No. Can I give you something more than a glaive? No. Okay.
We'll win this, one way or the other. Should
There
I?
we go. No, I want to go inventory. I'd like to have some health potions.
I feel like the chosen one. Here we go again.
Okay. We're gonna go to my tent. I think I'm going the wrong way. It's a kitty! I wish you could pet the animals in this game. Here's the blacksmith. That's the chapel. That's the field medic. I don't think I've been in here. Ooh, loot. Okay, I don't have anything to talk about with you, Kador. Teacher, well, what's this reward? Loot. The elf before you casually rests his bandaged arm on the weapon at his side. He bows his head with dignity. I congratulate you on your new rank, Commander. My hunt demanded that I travel with your army. Naturally, I wouldn't burden your forces with the need to care for an outsider or provide myself with all the necessities. Alright. I think I've already talked to him. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Tell me about yourself. I don't want you in my party. Thank you for talking to me. Okay, I'm going to end this here. We're going to actually save. I know we just saved, but oh well. I'm going to go main menu. Yes. Oh boy. So I'm going to end this here today. So thank you all for watching. Remember to stay hydrated, eat something that you eat something, drink something, and do something that you enjoy doing for yourself. And I hope you have the happiest of holidays with those that you love and those that come together for you. So I will see you all next time. Bye bye.